Good evening, good evening. Hello, Miss Tina and Guadalupe. How's everybody doing this evening? Oh, send me to the Derby. Yes. Ribbon, mesh, oval. Christmas tree. Goodies. Tut 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 tut. A complete list of supplies, my friends, is in the description. Na 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 na. Oh, what fun it is to ride. Okay, so I have a job for y'all tonight. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? The floor is done, y'all. Thank goodness. And nobody died. Hello, Suzanne and Miss Hilly and Tina and Cindis and Lynn and Sherry. Hello, everyone. All right, let's cut some mesh first while everybody comes in. We're going to cut 10 pieces at 20 inches. All right. Howdy, Miss Susan. All right, so that's 10 pieces at 20 inches. Hello to my Canadian friends. My pleasure, Miss Susan, my pleasure. All right, and then we're going to cut 10 pieces at 15 inches. Hello, Angie. All right. So 10 pieces at 20 inches, 10 pieces at 15 inches. We'll use the whole roll of mesh. Brace yourselves, y'all. Hello, Miss Elizabeth. I was going to use zip ties tonight, but I thought that would send people into cardiac heart failure, so we don't want that, right? Hello, Miss Renee. All right, so we're going to need 20 pipe cleaners. Or 5 sets of 4. Lynn, only if I'm making a flower. Never, ever, 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 ever do I put my mesh under anything to flatten it unless I am making a flower. My friends, tonight, let's get started. All right, so I have a project for y'all tonight. You got to keep the conversation going and keep it going good tonight. My back is killing me, and conversation will distract me, so let's do that for me tonight. All right, let's get started. All right, when you're loading an oval board, you always want to start loading offside. Never start loading in the center, because otherwise, for some reason on the oval, it will leave a gap. All right, so then after that, we're going to do every other set of holes on the outside. And then on the inside, when you start, we're going to go between. Like that. Hello, Lily. Anybody new here tonight? My back is hurting from everything. Everything. All right. So what you want to do once you get your pipe cleaners in, just make a quick little... All right. And then we're going to start tying and securing down our pipe cleaners. Hello, Miss Susan. We are finally starting full-fledged Christmas, my friend. Because craft show season is upon us. All right. Now that we have our pipe cleaners in, we're going to push the center ones to the center. We're going to get them out of the way. Like a so. Like a so. And now we're going to start our ruffling madness. Hello, Miss Lexi. Hey, Denise. All right, here we go. To prevent your mesh from fraying, just roll it down one time and then ruffle your heart out. If you're new to making ruffles, I suggest you get a striped mesh because then you can focus on the stripe that's in the center so that you end up with a nice ruffle. I did not make that fuzzy Christmas tree. You can get those at the ribbon shed. That's the nice thing about striped mesh. As you can see, it's got a stripe right down the center. So if you're new to making ruffles, you just kind of focus on that. I do not make any kind of wreath attachment anymore. Miss Lynn, I have been recording tutorials till I'm blue in the face. I have. The answer to that is yes. New kits will be dropping for midnight tonight. Um, well, I have good news for my Unique in the Creek friends. Um, Lori is releasing 2 of the kits through her 3PL, make them available to the US customers. And then also the Ribbon Shed is releasing 2 kits before midnight tonight. The mesh for the outside was cut 20 inches, and for the inside, it was cut 15. "3PL", a third-party logistics company. It's kind of like using Amazon to ship your products. They're a 3PL technically. Um, well, between Unique in the Creek and the Ribbon Shed, they are different kits. So you can check out the kits that are being released by the Ribbon Shed and the ones that are being released by the Unique in the Creek. If they're available to the U.S. customers from Unique in the Creek, they will be on the U.S. website. For Unique in the Creek. Everybody understand that? Melissa, I'm not sure when Lori is releasing them. It'll be Unique in the Creek website. All right. Now we got the mesh on the outside. The inside mesh is going to be 15 inches, 10 pieces. I did open a can of worms, didn't I, Tina? I'm glad you're here to, kind of help explain it. Oops. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you. I was doing such a good job at behaving myself, Tina. I'm going to blame this on the pain meds. I mean, it wasn't a bad, was it? Wasn't a bad, uh-oh. Do 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 do. Two more pieces of mesh, y'all. Two more pieces of mesh. We're almost there. Isn't that a beautiful wreath base? Y'all got quiet all of a sudden. Like, no, you talking to people. Let's talk. And an agreement. I make the wreath tonight. Y'all do the talking. Well, that's one way to put it, Tina Kelly. Ta-da! All right, let me get out my handy dandy measure buddy here. We're going to start by cutting 10 pieces of the mini Harlequin, 14 inches. Maybe not. And we're not. We're going to back up on that. Oopsie. Do. Okay. We're going to cut 10 pieces of this one. 14 inches. Yeah, I've seen this year people are going crazy for this tree. So, I thought I would show y'all my version. I'm looking for red ribbon, y'all. Hold on a second. Oh, I have nothing in the scrap heap. Dina Kelly. Does US still need 135 for free shipping at Unique in the Creek? Well, I can tell y'all, let me explain something to y'all this, okay? Number one, it's only going to be a couple of kits. It's not going to be anywhere near what y'all are accustomed to, okay? As you know, Lori's sorry about that. It is what it is. However, my friends, we are releasing kits as fast as possible through the Ribbon Shed using Unique in the Creek boards. Okay? Everybody got that? Hello, Miss Donna. Get our ribbon in. Hello, Miss Debbie. Do 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 do. What did you miss, Lynn? Let go. There you go. Don't go emailing Lori and asking her when she'll release the kits, y'all. She will post it. You will get notified via the Unique in the Creek Facebook page, and she will probably herself send out an email when that time comes. Don't go messaging her and wearing her brakes off. Okay? Lori is not going to want you to miss out. Buckeye candy. Exactly what is in Buckeye candy, ma'am? Um, I can. One is a green monster kit, and the other one is a naughty bootay. Jip jip. This was a bad piece of ribbon. I gotta cut another one. Yep, I put together some fun Christmas kits. Oh, yummy. Alright, now I'm going to check to make sure that I don't need more ribbon. Because I might. And we do. All right, so what we're going to do, because we need more, is we're just going to cut 5 pieces of each. Come on in late. Have a seat. All right. Now what we're going to do is put one of each piece of ribbon in a tie around the center. We don't need 2 pieces because the ties are so close together. It would be an overabundance of ribbon. Oopsie. I think I caught that before Lynn caught me. All right, my friends, because the ribbon did not work out the way that I wanted it to with the mini Harlequin, we're going to have to do something to tone the stripes down. So that's kind of unexpected, but not a problem. Not a problem at all. Oh, that's going to be cute, Joyce. And yes, I think a wreath can be too dotty or too stripy. I'm judgy like that, y'all. And this is too stripy, so we're going to have to tone it down. Alrighty. So that's the unexpected part of this tutorial. It happens, y'all. Alright. Let me see. Yep. Thank goodness for good old leftover mesh, my friends. Alright, we're going to cut 20 pieces, 10 inches, y'all, and I'm going to make this go quick as possible. I actually have 2 rolls left over, and I'm going to cut 2 rolls at one time. That's 6. $12. 18. And 20. Hello, Miss Pam. All right, here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly put spirals in here. 1 in each tie, y'all. That's the good thing about leftover mesh is it kind of makes your spirals already rolled up for you. I love using spirals if I'm not using flex tube because, hey, it uses leftover mesh. You'll be able to see as I go around that it is toning down the stripeds in the wreath because we're putting a solid in there. It also helps your ribbon lay better and stay where you want it. And the reason that I chose a red leftover over a green, well, because my tree is green. So I want my tree to still show up really well on my wreath. You know what, Lynn? I've got enough animals in my house that love to snuggle. I don't think I could take another one, and neither could my husband. We have one dog, one out of three that has his own bedroom and sleeps there. If my husband had his way, four of them would. One of them sleeps with us like a 2-year-old. All right. Now let's run around the center and then we'll be ready to put our wreath attachment on. Hello? Y'all are so quiet. Do I really do that good of a job of teaching y'all that nobody's got questions? Just watching me do my thing. Not all the kits, Trina, will ship to the U.S. It will only be a couple. Sometimes it's just best, Denise, if you just gather supplies and start. I missed a tie somewhere, y'all. Mm. Don't wait for the mojo to find you. You go and just start. I found it. Ah. All the way around here, the one I missed. I do know which ones will. I'm not sure if they're on the website though. Give me just 1 second. I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. Wow. All right, for my Unique in the Creek customers. I have zoomed way in so you can see my phone. All right, so I know that this is going to be a little bit difficult to see, so I'm going to do the best I can. Make sure you're on the USA website for US customers. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. All the way down. Right here, you will see either Canada or US. If you see Canada, you are not on the US website. Click on it, switch it to US. Okay? As of right now, Lori is not showing any kits to ship to the US. So make sure when you go to Unique in the Creek, okay? All right, back to the wreath. Okay, so I've already poked holes and put pipe cleaners in to put our Christmas tree on. And I probably should put my zip tie on before I make a mistake. Because I was going to put that at the bottom. Let's not do that. I can hear my dog Chica's being very opinionated tonight. Yeah, it's only board zip ties. I promise y'all. U.S. customers, Lori will let you know. No need to email. Oh, look, my daughter's here with one of the little devils. I did.
Well, if Lily's a devil, then Chica's Satan.
That's what I say every morning when Chica gets up. Oh, look, the devil's hit the ground. He's shaking because that's what little dogs do. My friends, can I tell y'all a business secret that applies to all businesses? Would y'all like in on a little business secret? while I pull my ribbon out here. First of all, I kind of got a question. How many people in here own their own business and ship products? I'm gonna spill the beans. I've spilled it before. I'll say it once and I'll say it 100 times. I think I want to pull this a little higher into the wreath, y'all. Yeah, that's better. Okay, there is no such thing as free shipping. No such thing. No such thing. I'm going to explain to you why companies have a free shipping threshold. Okay? Are y'all ready for that? Y'all want to know why there's no such thing as free shipping and why companies have a free shipping threshold? Or do y'all just want to continue to live under the illusion that there's such a thing as free shipping? If you do, I'll leave it alone. Well, my friends, there is a point in which a company sits down with a calculator and then they figure out the furthest point that they have to ship, approximate box size, okay, and how much that's going to cost to ship it to, say, from my area, we'll say California, New York, Florida. Those are the furthest points kind of from my area that have the most expensive shipping. Okay? So they'll sit down at that point and they'll say, okay, in order for us to make any money and offer approximately a 20% discount on our products, you're getting every time that you get free shipping, you're getting a 20% discount on the product. Shipping is being paid, y'all. Not one single time in all the years that I shipped a wreath and offered free shipping did I not have to pay for that shipping. It's in your product, y'all. You're paying for it, whether you like it or not. Us as consumers like the feeling that we're getting something free, and that's why we're so taken in by the free shipping. It's a fallacy, my friends. I don't care if it's Amazon, whatever. Amazon, they have negotiated deals based on the amount of shipping that they do. They have negotiated deals with the Postal Service, UPS, FedEx, that help them because they ship so much. So whether you're getting, it's just the way it is, y'all. And just for those of you that run a business, paying shipping is a tax write-off. And it's a bigger tax write-off than the purchase of your products. I never once minded paying shipping when my business was open. That's just like there's some companies that say they're a wholesale company and they're not, y'all. Basically, they're listed as a wholesale company, selling it to you at retail and just passing on the responsibility of the taxes to be paid on the product to you. Any more fallacies I can break for y'all tonight? I think I want another plain red ribbon. I do. I do. Very much so. I'm just going to make a recommendation to y'all. Find places that you can shop with that price their items fair up front, and you're way better off in the long run. That's one of the reasons that I enjoy working for Unique in the Creek and the Ribbon Shed, is because they're fair about their pricing up front. They don't mark their products way up so that they can have an elusive 50% sale. They don't need to have a 50% sale. Their prices were already fair to begin with. Y'all know what I mean? All right, tonight we're going to put our bow directly in the middle. Which is odd for me, but it's kind of like tonight we're kind of like putting the tree skirt on. So that's why I'm going to put the bow directly in the middle. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to get on a soapbox. Well, Miss Susan, I'm here to tell you that Lori has some great distributors. Okay. The distributors that she's with have fair prices up front. So if Lori trusts them to sell her boards, shouldn't you trust them to purchase your products? I'm just saying. I kind of like to pull a couple of my tails up when I fluff my bow, because to me it kind of rounds the bow out. And if all your tails are down at the bottom, you're not really going to see them that much anyway, because they're going to get covered up underneath each other. Well, y'all want to make things good for Lori, okay? Go to and purchase from Unique in the Creek distributors. That is what keeps Lori going. Okay? Purchased from the Unique in the Creek distributors, my friends. All right. Okay, my friends. So I had picked out and put the item number down for these lollipops, and now I'm not filling them because they're, yep. So we're going to have to change the lollipops. Yep. And we're going with something that's a whole lot bigger. I mean, a whole lot. And the reason I'm doing that is because these at this point will kind of get lost in the wreath with all the striping. Okay, folks, let's not get political into the discussion, please. Thank you. All right, y'all, we're going to use hot glue to put these in, and we're going to cut off quite a bit of the pick. We're going to leave about 1.5 inches. All right. Let's get some hot glue on here. All right, first you kind of want to check your stick, and make sure that it's secure and not coming out. Because sometimes that happens. Now, just keep in mind that Lori is a manufacturing company of the Unique in the Creek boards. To support Lori, just continue to buy her boards. Okay? All right. So what we're going to do, my friends, we're going to cram this here peppermint into this here wreath and make it beautimous. And because it's so big, we're going to cram more toward the center, like so. So what you want to do, you want to slather up the bottom with some hot glue, and then your stick. Slather it up, my friends. Hold your mesh down out of the way. And then cram that puppy in there. Like a so. All right. And then we gonna put the other one right here. We're gonna push everything out of the way so we can get that in there. We're gonna slather up the bottom of our peppermint to hold it in place. And we're gonna slather up the stick again. And then we're gonna cram that in there before the hot glue drips on my fingers. As I'm not a fan of hot glue dripping down into my fingers, my friends. Do 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 do. Oh. Ta-da. All right. I love these ornament balls. We gonna cut a little dilly bopper off of those. Or the trashy tag. And the way we're going to secure these, y'all, we're going to dig in and find our pipe cleaner. Okay? Somewhere in here, there's a pipe cleaner. Right about here. And we're going to slide that down on our pipe cleaner. And we're going to twist it up. I see fur walking around in front of me, y'all. It's kind of distracting. I'm trying to figure out which fur ball it is. Is that you, Bozzy? I won't bet it's Bozzy, y'all. Yes, the Ribbon Shed does do wreath making classes. Yes, the Ribbon Shed does sell kits. I do the tutorials for the kits just like I did for y'all here at Unique in the Creek, my friends. Every now and then, Lynn, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Usually, what I do as soon as I get the ornaments, before I put them up, I glue the tops back on. Before I put them up for storage or whatever, I sit down and I just have a glue down ornament tops day. My friends, we're going to add a little bit more ribbon for a purpose. And we're going to cut these 22 inches. And we're just going to loop them and make a faux bow. We're not going to put it there, though. That doesn't look right. It's not, it's kind of got that fine glitter on it that doesn't really come off, Lynn. I wish, y'all. You know what this wreath needs? It needs one last little thing, and I'll show you. It's the wrong color. But it kind of needs just a tiny little Merry Christmas sign. This one's not even the right color. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Oh, thank y'all. And guess what? I see y'all this Saturday. Mm-hmm. 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 I know what we're making this Saturday. Na, 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 na. Thank y'all. Thank y'all very much. I try. I try. I try to inspire y'all. All right, my friends. It is. I will see y'all again Saturday this week. Y'all have a great rest of the week. Soon, the floor is laid in my new design space. We have one custom piece of furniture left to build, and then we'll be moving in. And I've picked out my new top. So y'all know when I moved in, because I'll have a new tabletop. All right? It's happening very soon, probably a couple more weeks. All right. Y'all have a great rest of your week. I will see y'all Saturday. Bye, y'all.